Hey, today I'm going to show you how to make a garden twine dispenser out of just a plain old garden gourd using nothing but a stick and some twine and well, a gourd. And it's pretty handy dandy. You look in here, you see we got the twine. It pulls out very easily. You can hang this up in places and use it in your garden for trellising stuff and things like that. It just makes it a lot easier than getting the twine all messy, and it pulls out really easily. It's super handy. Anyway, show you how to do it. All we need is a couple of supplies: a gourd, which I have lots of, a pencil, a stick, which is going to be used for the holder. I got a drill and a piece of wire for the hook and loop that it's going to hang on, and then I've got a hacksaw for cutting the gourd in half. So let's get started. I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so the first thing we need is you need a gourd. Around here we've got tons of them because of the hanging gourd garden. And we want to pick one that's large enough to fit a spool of twine inside of it. So you need a little bit bigger one. Like you can see here, this gourd's not that big, but it does fit the ball of twine pretty handily in there, so it works out well. So anyway, so the first thing we need to do is we need to go along here and we're going to cut it in half. I like to bring it up about halfway so that when the twine sitting in here, about half of it is above the line and half of it is below the line. It just makes it easier to spin around because it gets a little extra room. So first thing we do, let's say we're going to mark it right about here. And the way to go around this is we get some string, and I'm just going to go get a piece of tape. And just going to tape this bad boy right about here. All the way around. Pull the tape back up. And put it in there. So now I have a line I can go around with a pencil. I can go around with a pencil and just mark it. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. We're going to take a saw to it. So basically you just want to know where. Right? Next, take the string off the way so you can see we've got the line here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. This is just a hacksaw blade, and a handy thing. It's a well-loved hacksaw blade, as you can tell by how bent it is. We're just going to take it, start it a little bit here. Now I'm almost cut all the way through. And before I do, what I want to do is I want to mark where my hinge is going to go. And you see here on this one, we got 4 holes drilled in to make the hinge. It's the same thing we're going to do here. There's the back right there. So I'm just going to draw a line right there. And you want it relatively deep because you don't want it right up against the edge to break. It is just a gourd, so we're going to make the line longer. Okay. Then let's drill a couple holes. One there. One there. And you can see I'm not spending a lot of time lining it up or anything. You'll hardly notice when it's finished. Well, there we go. We got our holes drilled for the hinge. Now we'll just finish cutting. Saw away, and now voila. Take these seeds out. Smells like gourd in here. Alrighty. Just picked it out. You can see the top right here. Get rid of these seeds. beads out of the way. Now, make our little hinge here, the way we make the hinge. Actually, I'm going to use some of this longer twine. And to make the hinge, we just feed it through the top. And you feed this one through. Pull that string through so you see that way. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to feed it through from the back side. You want to leave it a little slack because you got to be able to get it open. So, and we just tie it off. Got it done. Clip the hinge. Clip it off. And now we have a hinged gourd. Next part is we got to drill a little hole in here so that we can put this stick through, because that's what's going to loop the string on. You see right here. So first thing we're going to do is line it up as best we can. We're going to mark that. Feels pretty good. And we're going to mark where the string needs to come through here. So we're going to put 2 holes here. We're going to put 1 hole here for the stick. Notice that I'm going a ways down so that it doesn't crack when I push it through. And then a couple holes up here somewhere. About the middle. 1 hole here. 1 hole here should be more than adequate. Okay. First I'll drill the 2 holes for the top loop. Boom. Boom. And this bottom one is a bigger hole, so I have a stick. This stick right here. I need to find a drill bit that's about that wide. This one looks like it worked just fine. We want the fit to be a little bit snug, so you want the hole to be a little bit smaller. Turn it around, right at my hole, there it is. Went in below, no worries. Let the stick go in. Make this hole a little bit bigger. Good thing gourds are soft. And so I've got to poke through a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side, and I'm just going to cut it off like right about here so that when it hangs, the string is okay. Okay. Out of the way. We got these 2 holes here. Let's clear them a little bit with the pencil. And we're going to pull enough string to make the loop. Something like this. And pull this how long it needs to be. Yeah, it looks like it holds pretty well. All right. So I'll just tie it off there. Okay. Now I have that. So this is all done. Last thing we need to do is we're going to drill a hole up here, like you see here, for the string to come out. I'm going to put it like right about there. I like to make these holes a little bit bigger so that the string doesn't fray. And put it right there. Boom. There's your hole. Hang. One final thing is to put I like to put a wire hanger up here so that I can hang it on a pole that I'm working on. So what I do, take a small drill bit again. Nothing bigger than that, we don't want to break it. And I'm going to drill it through right about, I need a flat spot. Boom. Then push my wire through. Twist it around a couple times. Bend it so I don't poke myself. And this part will just form into a hook, and we can hang up wherever. So now, let's test out and see if this works. This is the front side. Let me get out of the way. So, you got it right there, and just make sure it works. So what we're going to do, take string. When you put string in, take the loop from the center. Don't take it from the outside. If you have it like this, or like the jute twine, the bulk jute twine, same thing here. Take the string from the center because that'll pull out and it won't get all tangled. But anyway, all we do is we put the string in here and we feed it up through this hole. Feed it up through this hole. And lock it shut. And boom, you got a dispenser. One last thing I do like to do is, because this thing hangs kind of open here, sometimes water can get in. So what I will do is drill a couple of drain holes down here on the bottom. Just in the low spots. The water has somewhere to go. Okay. Got your holes. See them in there. Water will drain out. See in there. Water will drain out. The string sits in here. Now let's take our string. Feed it up. And there you go. One handy dandy string dispenser made for the gourd.